Hi, my name is Anka Platon Trifan, and during the AI Hackathon put on by Club Ichi, I set out to vibe code an AI production assistant, an intelligent copilot designed to manage tasks, and the timeline for the September 24th hackathon. When I first imagined it, my vision was pretty bold. I wanted a full production copilot, something that could even run a Q2Q of the show, triggering overlays, managing graphics, and essentially acting like a virtual technical director. Well, that was the dream. What we end up with was different, but still very much powerful. The assistant became a Slack-based project management system that could take natural language, break it into structured tasks, prevent duplicates, keep everything synchronized between local and production, and give us a real-time visibility through a live dashboard on automated daily summaries. And while it didn't run the entire show, it gave us a reliable, intelligent tool that made task management and collaboration smoother, faster, and smarter. And with that, I'll hand it over to Liz, who followed my instructions to bring the Slack app to life and connect everything together.
Okay, Anka has asked me to create a bot inside our AI Hackathon Slack channel. So I am just going to screen record me following her instructions to see if I can do this right. So she sent me a link. It says, go to api.slack.com/apps and click create new app, choose from scratch. Let's see, create an app from scratch. Here we go. And then it says name it. So she wants me to name it the AI Production Assistant. Here we go. Select a workspace. I'm going to put it in Ichi and then click create app. Okay. Ooh, app credentials. Okay. On the left sidebar, click auth and permissions. Got it. Auth. Okay. And now scroll down to scopes. All right. And then under bot token scopes, add these things. App mentions read. Okay. And then chat write. Okay. I am history. I am history. Cool. I am write. I am write. Cool. Commands. Scope commands. Cool. Channel history. Channel history. Cool. Okay, so this is the at mentioned one will respond when it's at mentioned. Chat write is to send messages. I am history is to read direct messages. I am write can send direct messages. Commands allows you to create slash commands, and then channels history can read the channel messages when it's mentioned. All right, step 3. Click event subscriptions on the sidebar. So I go up here and I look for event subscriptions. Okay. And now toggle enable events to on. Done. Now leave request URL blank. She says she'll provide this after deployment, but under subscribe to bot events, add at mention. So subscribe to bot events, I'm going to do at mention. And then also message IM. Message IM. There we go. Okay. Then step 4, create a slash command. So now I'm going to click slash commands on the left. There it is. And click create new command and put in /assistant. This is going to be that. Request URL I'm leaving blank for now, she said. Short description is to get help from our AI production assistant. And then usage hint, your question or command. Okay. So I'm just going to hit save. Darn, request URL can't be empty. All right, so that is a challenge. We'll need to figure out. Let's take a screenshot of that and send back to her. Okay. So since I don't know what that is, request URL. Let's just put, just so I can keep moving and then I can go fix it. Okay, so next, click install app on the left sidebar. Install app, there it is. Click install to workspace. Install to We Are Ichi. Workspaces on free plans can only install 10 apps, and you've reached your limit. Let's see, remove one of your existing apps. Okay, how do I do that? Let's go back and let's see. So now I click install and install to workspace, click allow. Okay, get the tokens. Important. After installation, you'll see 2 important tokens. Bot user auth token, which is this. So I'm going to copy that. Go to basic information in the sidebar and copy signing secret. Okay, basic information. Signing secret, there it is. What do I do? And copy signing secret. Slack signs the request we send you. That must be this one. Signing secret. Add bot to channel. Go to the AI Hackathon channel. Okay, so I'm just going to reshare so you guys can see what I'm doing in Slack. Share. Go to the AI Hackathon channel and do what? And she says, go to the AI Hackathon, type invite AI production assistant and press enter. Ha! AI production assistant was successfully added to this channel. All right, now what? That's it. So I need to send her the user auth token, signing secret, and the app ID. All right, well guys, I think I just created and installed a bot into Slack.
Thanks, Liz. Now, once the Slack app was connected, my focus shifted to making the assistant smarter, more stable, and production ready. One of the first major issues I tackled was duplication. Whenever Slack's re-entry mechanism kicked in, it would send the same command more than once, and the bot would happily create duplicate tasks. That meant one request could easily snowball into 3 or 4 entries, all just slightly different. To solve this, I added a 30-second duplicate prevention window, built in an 80% similarity check for task titles, and throttled the way Slack commands were processed. That combination gave us reliability and stopped clutter from overwhelming the system. The next challenge was synchronization. I discovered that some tasks created in Slack weren't persisting to the production database on Heroku. Locally, everything looked fine, but when you compared environments, tasks were missing or misaligned. That's not something you want when you're counting down to show day, right? So I re-engineered the save and sync flow, added verification between local and production, and rebuilt the data pipeline so every task, no matter where it was created, on the app, on the desktop, or in the Slack channel, lived in both places. That update gave us true confidence in the assistant as a single source of truth. Finally, I streamlined task assignments. Before, the bot just created a bunch of tasks. Now, it could assign them directly to team members like myself, Liz, Heidi, Pete, Michelle, or anyone else right inside Slack. That simple change transformed it from being just a smart to-do list into a collaboration tool. Ownership became crystal clear, accountability was visible to the whole team, and suddenly the assistant wasn't just tracking work, it was shaping how we work together. Each of these improvements, deduplication, synchronization, and assignments, pushed the project closer to what I originally envisioned. Not the Q2Q operator I first dreamed about, but a reliable, intelligent production assistant that the team could trust day in and day out. Beyond those Slack improvements, I also refined Slack itself to make it more responsive and user-friendly. I added streamlined assignment workflows, I tuned the duplicate prevention so we were smarter about recognizing near identical tasks, and optimizing the Slack bot so it could acknowledge commands instantly and then process them asynchronously. Those refinements meant fewer errors, faster responses, and a smoother experience for everyone using the bot inside Slack. The rest of the updates you'll see in the sped up demo, but here's the big picture. We went from manual spreadsheets and fragmented updates to a production-ready AI assistant, Slack integration, a real-time dashboard, automated daily summaries, critical path tracking, and full synchronization across environments. The system is live on Heroku with 99.9 uptime, under 2-second response time, and 30 active tasks task driving our hackathon. Every one of the 4,000 lines of code solved a real problem, from AI prompt engineering to Slack bot throttling to deployment stability. But what makes me the proudest is that this wasn't just about the technology, it was also about the team. Everyone pulled their weight, learned brand new skills, and leaned into the challenge. This is an amazing team that I've collaborated with, and this assistant is proof of what's possible when people and AI work together.
Okay, ladies and gents, we have an app that we have created and it's deployed on Heroku. I'm not in love with the URL, but I'm not going to create a domain for it. So here it is. So what it does is if you wanted to create a new task, set up a tag run through for the team, you can just create that, and you'd also maybe add a deadline so that when it completes, like right now it says that should be done by 9:13, but if it completes, then it would show in this task overview. A few things have been completed and a few things are overdue or in progress, and there is a list of those things. A few things are still pending. Normally I would want to be able to go and assign people for all of those tasks, and then there's a few planning gaps. What are some of the things that we maybe haven't considered that we need to really take into consideration? I'm working on this visual timeline. It worked a few moments ago, now it doesn't, so we're going to want to get that one done. And then this is a few Slack integration commands to kind of have an idea how to use Slack commands to hopefully connect with the app. And then if you wanted to add more tasks, you could do it from within Slack, as well as maybe get some kind of a summary or status of what's going on. So that's what I've been working on for the last, I don't know how many mornings or evenings. And yeah, that is where that. Okay friends, here we are presenting to you the AI Hackathon Production Assistant with a countdown of 20 days until the AI Hackathon. So a few things that you can do here. This is the web browser interface, and then we're working on the Slack integration, so you can actually do some of those updates for the production assistant via Slack using this command over here. So while that's happening, if you're on this interface, let's just say I wanted to create a new task, and that task is created. You can also add a due date, make sure that all of that is done by. Otherwise, it just assigns some kind of a due date based on where it knows the priorities to be. So once you do that, then the cool thing is you can set a name for yourself, say you're Anka or you're Michelle, and then you can go down here at that task that was created, and like that was right here, and because it says unassigned, I can go and assign it to me. So now we know that the sign has been assigned to Anka, and Anka needs to complete it, and based on the completion of that task, we have this green bar that hopefully it's gonna fill up by the time the hackathon happens. But also it gives us a status of what are some of the pressing overdue items, coming up items, what is the timeline based on where we are today to the day of the hackathon, and that's about it. So I hope you get in there, try to break it, not, and let me know what else is missing. Thank you. See, so the AI production assistant is looking pretty solid. A few things that I've been working on this whole time is making sure that when it's showing the progress pending, upcoming, there is a color-coded logic to the website app. And then also here in Slack, I just had it changed so that if it's showing something that it's in progress or upcoming, this is in somewhat of an order, because right now it's like it's all over the place. So I made that change in the code, and let's see if we're running this command, if that has applied. So technically it should have, so let's see what we got. I want it to be in ascending order. So pending, that's going to be in 11 days, which is fine. But what's in progress now, it shows in order. So we have something coming up in 1 day, 5, 7, 10, 11, 11, 12 days, as well as upcoming. This is all order. So that makes way more sense to me than having it listed sort of like how it was listed initially all over the place. So I would consider this task complete. All right, just a little heads up on where we are with the AI Hackathon Production Assistant. It's been actually running great in the Slack channel, and we had it attached to this channel. And every so often, whenever someone would add tasks, we make sure that it would create those tasks and then also update that onto the web site. So it would show as an update with those tasks created, and then whether or not they're in progress. Now, here's the thing. I need to actually go back into the code, and now that we know a lot of those updates, a lot of those tasks actually have been updated, I need to hard code that. And I wish there's a way, I'm still thinking about it, how to make it happen, that you could here on the interface, or maybe via a Slack command, mark it. Actually, you could via a Slack command say hackathon update task blah 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 to be 100%, and then it would take it straight here. But I would have to go command by command by command, whereas if I'm going in the terminal and I hard code it on the back end, I can do it all at once. So I can take all of those tasks and mark them complete, or mark them that they are a way to keep track of all of it. Like for example, right now I want to mark all of this to be in this stage of completion. So that's what I'll be working on, and in order to do that, I actually have to fire up my Cloud code machine. I also have to make sure that it's in, allow it, that it's in the connect to the AI hackathon bot to make sure we're in the right space, since I have several different projects that I'm working on at the same time. So it's in the right URL, AI Hackathon, AI Production Assistant, and it's reading the README to make sure that it remembers what we worked on. And then from here, I will say something like, please update the status of the following tasks to be completed based on this list of completion. So let's see if we can just paste that. So I just pasted a bunch of lines in there, and this is from the database in Ocean. So let's see what is it gonna do now that it's brewing and reading the commands. And this will probably take a minute. Okay, so this morning we are working on making sure that the code reflects all the updates that have been happening in Slack, and they are sent to Heroku for the app to also show on the website. So there's been a few tasks added via the Slack hashtag assistant that we set up, and I want to make sure that they also show here. And they do. However, what I am seeing is that they repeat themselves. So that happened also here in Slack. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Why is one command making those tasks double up? So that is the purpose of this update, trying to figure out where is that coming from and what is the issue. So let's see, what did we get to? Okay, so it's giving me a bunch of the solutions. So and it's trying to argue with me that maybe the user has duplicated those commands. I'm like, no, the user has entered one task once, and our code needs checking because it's duplicating that. So there's an issue. Oh my gosh, we're still talking about September 24, 2024. No, it's 2025. Okay, the AI prompt includes all existing tasks. Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that the year reflects 2025, not 2024. I don't even know why we had 2024 to begin with. And we're gonna have to apply those changes here as well, so I don't have this double up, because it's just not good to have so many tasks. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, since it's working on this, we're gonna come back to it. Okay, so I just ran a command after we fixed the code, and it was the task hashtag in Slack, and it looks like you only entered once. So let's make sure that it's also updated here on the app. And it looks like some things have happened because our computation rate changed, so there's a couple of extra tasks that are needed to be done. Okay, so yep, we added it right on. And we also have this one. So I guess the date for this should be in progress, not pending, because it's already today. Let's see if it changed, if we updated the other task. Okay, this has to be assigned to list. And I'm still seeing this duplicated here. Okay, I'm gonna let it fix that and then add a new task to work on. Okay, so that should have been done. It's unassigned. I'm not exactly sure who did this. I think this was probably, who was it? It was Jackie? No, Heidi. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make sure we have to update the README file. Okay, so that one is done. Let's run another one. And actually, which one was Heidi? I hate when I have to go with the backspace instead of just selecting and deleting. So it takes forever. Okay. It's working on it. Yeah, we got to permit that while we're still asking for permission. Okay, send that to Heidi, and then it's still working on that. This is good. That's good. What is it doing here? Okay, it's working on that task. Good. And then my next thing needs to be, let's update Heroku. Let's commit the changes. Update Heroku. Update. Oh my gosh, why are you asking me? Let's go. Update. README file. Okay. I still have to create a video of all these changes that we've gone through. I'm curious how many lines of code did we end up running it. Alright, one of our latest commits, and we are version 41 deployed to Heroku. All of our GitHub repos are updated and all of the changes made. And so far, according to the report that I asked for and got, we are over 3,500 lines of code, but then in the process we solved a lot of things. We had quite a few technical victories and business impact wins, as well as user experience wins. We've overcome quite a few challenges, and solutions were applied to those challenges. And then And then we created the foundation. So there's a few different phases we went through, from building it to integrating it to creating the Slack bot and configuring it to going production ready. And from there, it was just a matter of uptick and little updates and little fixes here and there. And then here, I'm gonna make sure that we are tracking. We are very much tracking as well. And there's just a few more tasks that are in progress and overdue. One of the major ones is today's technical rehearsal, so that will happen today, and a lot of tasks completed. So I'm pretty happy with this deployment, and also very happy with how far we've taken this. And then the biggest win is obviously the Slack integration, and how with just one hash command you can add task, you can complete it, and then you also get this daily report of what is needed and what still needs attention. Alright, so it's time for us to update our assistant. And right now what we have is a few of the tasks that we have done. So here's one thing, I guess, that I'm still trying to figure out and debate. Like, for example, if this was a task that was due and it happened, how will the assistant know that we actually did it and it's complete versus just marking it as overdue, right? So I think this is something that I'll be thinking about and working on for a solution. So right now I'm just gonna go to my commands here, and I'm gonna ask it to update this to done. It's complete, and commit the changes to GitHub too. Okay, so what's gonna happen? We also have this done. I've seen it on the website, so I'm gonna do that as well. Let's see what else is complete. Resource center is complete. This one is complete. I've seen it. Okay. Category details. Let's see if we have that done. So we have our speakers. Yeah. Not sure what the features is. This is a main landing page. FAQs. Good. And then about. So when this says there was a tech category details, I guess this is still in progress. As well as with contributor details, we had this one. PR announcement, schedule live Q&A. So yeah, we do have the schedule live Q&A, so we're gonna complete this one as well. Set up live Q&A session for them. We have that. It's on the run of show. I'm gonna call it complete. And I think those are the ones that we're working on. Now I wanna check Slack because there were potentially people that were adding. Let's see, I think there's one task here. We're gonna add this task. Yep. All right, so let's do this first, and then we're gonna call it add this task. And this was, I believe, Pete marked it. Pete owning this task. All right, so we're gonna see those updates, and yes, we do want to proceed. I'm waiting for all the changes to be deployed. So in the previous video, we were looking and waiting for the changes that I've made to be completed, and looks like that all have been completed and the changes have been deployed. And now we're adding one more task that Peter is responsible for. So while that's happening, I want to see if this is true. So we had all these tasks that we asked for it to be marked completed, and look at that, they have been marked completed. One that stands out that I remember specifically that I asked to be completed is this one, because we did a technical rehearsal yesterday, and then we asked for this other one, and then there's a few other ones that I had it on the list. So if that is true and our completion rate went up, and let's see if we got PR is still waiting, update website, still waiting, and this one is pending. So that being said, right now what I'm going to do is push an update to Slack with this changes. Okay, so we would want to see in Slack what has been completed, and I'm gonna watch here. So our last update was this morning. Every morning at 7 a.m. we get this report, but what I want to see is this. That's right, here we go. This is something that has been completed. So what I'm gonna do is, I could have it ask to delete this. I'm just gonna do it myself since I'm here, and then only leave this latest so we don't have a lot of noise in the Slack channel. So that's done, and that was easy. Now again, going back to what I was saying is, okay, let's commit this changes to GitHub. What I was saying is trying to figure out a way in which these tasks are being completed without me having to hard code them every single time. I think it has to be something here that the same way how I have this assigned to me, you can come on the interface and say complete, mark it complete. Now I know in Slack it's easy to do that. You can just do that with a hashtag and say mark complete, design promotional graphics for social media. But here on the web interface, I only have the ability to assign something to myself and then mark it complete. So I guess it's a two-step process. You assign it to yourself and then mark it complete. Or I could try to make it a one-step process where if you release and you know this is in progress, you will have the ability here to add one button that says mark it complete. I think that's what I need to do. All right, probably that's what I'll be working on next, but not right now because I have other things that I need to take care of. See you next time.